get ready with me while I'll tell you what it's like working in Korea. As for the first corporate job that I had in Korea, I was actually working for a Swiss company and I was the representative director of the branch in Korea. This means I had Korean employees and all my clients were also Korean. I noticed pretty fast that my Korean employees would go above and beyond. I would always tell them to not work after working hours, but they'd still do it and they'd say things like, well, if I don't, our customer is going to be dissatisfied. The general culture of a country and the work culture are very interconnected. And I noticed that even in B2B relationships, there was a clear social hierarchy. Whoever the paying customer is the king. Globally, customer is king, but in Korea, it's a bit on another level. For example, cancellation policies, minimum processing times, or standard business hours constantly get ignored. You're always expected to bend over backwards. Even though the company I was working at wasn't originally a Korean company, because my team and all my customers were Korean, they were not global companies that were open for global mindedness. They were like Korean companies. I would constantly get calls after working hours. It was just really intense. I don't work at that company anymore. I have my own company now since almost 2 years. And my own company is an industry that's very global. Most of the clients my now company has are also Korean. But since these companies are used to working with global companies, I feel like the Korean work culture toxicity doesn't apply any longer. Only smaller Korean companies who have never worked with a global company before still have those tendencies. The reason why I personally have long working hours is that I basically work 2 jobs. On one hand, I run my own company, which is already a full-time job. And on the other hand, I also run my social media. Currently, I'm posting 3 to 4 times a day on Instagram and TikTok, and 1 long-form video a day on YouTube. So right now in December, I usually get up at around 6 and I work until midnight when I go to sleep. When I tell my friends from Switzerland this schedule, they're all like, oh my god, that's a lot. But when I tell my friends in Korea, they're like, as you should, girl, hustle life. I think the difference is really interesting. I'm curious what the work culture is like in your country.